Hello and welcome to the Through the Decades January 2026 Premodern Monthly, coming to you from Through the Decades in Louisville, Kentucky. Today we'll have our finals match between Marcus on the left with Blue-White Tidestill and Austin on the right with Oath Ponza. And we'll get to those deck lists right after a word from our sponsors. Through the Decades, in conjunction with the Ohio River Boas, are proud to bring you Grand Prix Louisville on June 6, 2026. If you ever find yourself missing not only the pre-modern era of Magic the Gathering, but the old tournament structure, this will be the event for you. The entry fee for the main event is $60 and will include a specially designed Grand Prix Louisville playmat and a stamped card. Prize support for the main event will be $5,000, paying out to the top 16, along with a Magic the Gathering themed championship belt for the winner. Side events will include some retro booster drafts, including Mirage Block, Tempest Block, and Urza's Block, along with a Pauper Win-a-Duel giving out a Tundra to first place and a Bayou for second place. The main event will max out at 300 players, so seating is limited as we throw one of the largest celebrations of the pre-modern format to date. So, don't miss your chance to be part of pre-modern Magic history and sign up by scanning the QR code on the screen. All right, and first off, we're starting off with Marcus's blue-white Tidestill list. Now, to call this a fairly bog-standard list, it would be entirely fair. It is a deck that is the blue-white Landstill combined with the now currently banned in pre-modern Tide combo, which uses Parallax Tide and either Stifle or Chain of Vapor to remove all of your opponent's lands. But otherwise, just a standard control suite, some counter spells, about 7 of them, your standard removal spells, Swords to Plowshares and 2 Wrath, plus a Humility to mess with creatures, then Seal of Cleansings, Decrees, Factor Fictions, and then your standard suite of lands. Mishra's Factory, Fairy Conclave, and Dust Bowl are some of the more important ones. Now, I will also mention here Marcus loves his Japanese cards. So most of his deck, if actually all of it, is Japanese here as far as I can tell, although some of it are terrible new borders, or new frames, excuse me. We'll have to give him some guff for that. And you can also see down here a blacked out card because he and the person playing the other list both decided to include their prize card. So we wanted to leave it a slight spoiler for who won. But now let's get on over to Austin's list. Now, Austin, tell us about your list here.
Yeah, so I know we've talked about it a little bit before in the previous round, but I am really going to be trying to leverage the power of cards like Oath of Druids and Mox Diamond and Sylvan Library just to create a crew advantage with that way, and also mess with my opponent's lands with cards like Wasteland, Rashada Port, Thermokarst, to Winter's Grasp. Now, in this finals matchup against Marcus, the Oath of Druids are basically blank cardboard. He has 0 creatures, and really the only way that he makes creatures is 1/1 soldiers from Decree of Justice. So, uh, Oath of Druids is not going to be something that I'm going to be leaning on this game. So, a lot of times I'm going to be winning with either the Treetop Village and the Bitches Factories, or I'm just going to have to hardcast Terravore and get there that way. Overall, I don't mind this matchup on my side. Marcus is going to try to play a lands game using standstill, but I'm a better lands player with a lot more creature lands and a lot more lands that actually do stuff on the battlefield. So I like my spot in this matchup.
I do like your spot in this matchup too. Dust Bowl can be a little bit of a pain for you. However, you are the bigger lands deck, so standstill is not great for him unless he can get superiority with Dust Bowl. And also, we'll talk about this a little more after game one, but you will notice that he doesn't have any Teferi's Response or Sacred Ground, so you get the little extra added edge. But we'll have to see how that goes and how this game goes here once we get to game number one right now. All right, and Austin, my friend, mulling down to 4 and Marcus with
Yeah,
7 in hand. How do you feel?
not great.
Oh,
I need cards to use, but as you can see here, I started off with a turn on Sylvan Library, which is absolutely insane in this matchup as Marcus is not gonna
oh,
pressure
I
me, and
miss.
I can do something like this.
I I I I was not standing around when this happened. Okay, Wasteland on the coastal tower, or excuse me, the Azorius Guild Gate, and just peeling off 8 life immediately. I love everything about that. That's wonderful. And you get to port down land and okay. Well, yeah, that's wonderful right there. This is what you're looking for.
Oh yeah. Again, this is how you get out of a mold of four. You just draw three immediately, and then you make your decisions afterwards.
Now, looking
And
at
you see here,
Marcus's, oh, sorry.
yeah, it's like as you see here, I've basically undone my mulligan of four by drawing three cards with this Sylvan Library.
Yeah. Now, looking at Marcus's hand, I see double tide in his hand, so this is not a great place for you to be. So if now, fortunately, you disrupted the mana enough to hopefully be able to keep him off the 4 mana he needs, because otherwise you are even hurting more.
Yeah, and it's like I can keep them down at least one with this Rashad import. So I've got one at least locked up. It looks like, oh man, he's having to use a chain of vapor like that.
It seems a little early maybe for that, but
Yeah, I agree, especially if he has a couple tides in hand.
yeah.
There's only so many ways that you can combo with tide in in this game. But
Oh,
this also
okay.
makes sense if he has a mana leak.
And that makes a lot more sense now, bouncing it and then countering it on the comeback down.
Yeah.
And I can hear past you definitely saying this is a pretty damn good mull of four, and you know what, I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah, there's only so many multi-fours that even become a game. So the fact that this looks like a real game is quite the testament to Sylvan Library's power.
Yes. Sylvan Library is very good against decks that cannot pressure you. Now, you unfortunately have not hit any of your land destruction spells, it looks like, other than the Wasteland you've already used, but it would be nice to be able to continue the pressure there.
Yes. I think it's pretty apparent that he's holding up a mana leak or a counter spell or something. But yes,
Yes.
making him use resources like that, I'm never gonna complain. And you hear me just singing the praises of Civil Library even then.
Oh, it is a ridiculous card. One I haven't cast in a while, unfortunately, but it is a truly ridiculous card.
Oh yeah.
Now, you look
No,
like you're testing out a counter spell here that, although if it's a mana leak, you can just straight up pay for it, so
yeah.
you at least have that option.
Hmm. It's like and Marcus is a little bit getting choked on mana here. He did find his fourth lane here, but he has missed a couple land drops in a row now. Not exactly where you want to be
Yeah, I'm
in
seeing
the
in
Oath
his
Quantum.
I'm seeing him in his hand right now. I'm seeing Factor Fiction, Humility, Swords to Plowshares, and Double Tide.
Okay, so just
Mean,
mono four drops.
meanwhile, you have what, Carplusian Forest, and I think a Naturalize is what I saw.
Yes, I believe you're correct.
Now, it seems like that village might be getting sent farming. And you gain 3/4 of a card.
Oh yeah.
Nice little 4 point life swing there. And he's Factor Fictioning in response.
Oh man, it's still missing land drops on his end.
Seeing 5 extra cards and no lands has to hurt.
Yeah, especially on a 26 or 27 land deck.
Oh,
The
yeah.
odds of this not very high. Eh, And Marcus is helping me out and figuring out his piles. As you know, your opponent always has your best interest in heart.
Okay, wow, that was an upkeep step. Now, that does importantly get him up to 4 mana. in order to be able to cast that tide next turn.
Yeah. And I also know that he has, yeah, that seal cleansing that he's so graciously keeping up for me,
Yeah. Now,
so I don't have to write it down or anything.
I think we saw a Sylvan Library in the pile of cards there that you just drew.
Yeah. All right. It looks like I've also found a Thermokarst. Yeah. So now I can start attacking the mana as well.
Yeah, and there is a Sylvan Library in there.
hmm So now I bet I tap down the Dark Arways. Yep. That
Okay.
way he can't play that seal cleansing out. But it does also open up Fairy Conclave if he wants to try to start chipping me away. I have
Yeah.
taken 16 damage overall from the Sylvan Library,
Yeah.
but it looks like he is just content on keeping his mana open, which is understandable.
Ah, yes, the old I didn't take my finger off the chess piece.
Yes.
All right, so he animates. Do we port? Okay, we do port here.
Yeah. And I think I thought I just had to force damage through as much as I can at this point. Okay. Especially with me finding a winner's grasp.
Yeah.
This makes sense.
Yeah, considering how hard you were on the back foot there.
Yeah. Yeah. So, kind of as we were talking, he has two tides in hand along with a humility, but he has never had a chance to cast any of those
Yeah,
so
so
far.
so we are on just tide, humility, seal, and
Yeah. Looks like he blocks.
swords.
He- no, he's going to try to block, and he didn't realize that I put a factory in. So, at this point, we're being pretty cordial. I let
Yeah.
him take that back because if he noticed that, there's no way in the world he ever blocks like that.
Oh yeah, no, no, no.
So,
Now, I will say he probably should have been attacking here. With you at 6, right? Like,
yeah, at this point, I'm not knowing what is in his hand. So it's like if he's wanting to hold up a counterspell or mana leak, he has been able to. But I've also cast Witness Grasp that he has not been counterspelling. So yeah, he probably should have been attacking.
probably a safe call there.
hmm So okay, so now he's able to finally deploy a white spell after multiple turns of being choked out or just not
Yeah.
having it.
Looks like you are taking a. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You're not being very coverage friendly. I'll be honest here.
No, I'm not. And looking at this, I've actually just noticed that I actually had a play here to actually finish this game off. I could have naturalized end of turn on that seal cleansing and then attacked with both of these factories, and it would have been just enough to get over the finish line. So,
Yeah.
something you see in post, but very, very understandably, I missed that in the moment. I think I'm pretty tunnel visioned on something like a naked tide without a way to combo with it
Yeah.
to hopefully get around like a stifle or something if he had to tap out for it or something like that. Yeah, kind of like this. So he's
Okay.
finally able to play a tide, but we'll see if it's too little, too late, or if he has anything to combo with it.
Well, he's not immediately going for it while you're tapped out, so that's. Wait.
Yeah, so he's doing it now in upkeep. It looks like I'm using the floating mana to
Yeah.
make him do something. Okay, so now so now it's out. So at this point, I can use the naturalize in hand to get rid of
Yeah.
it
Yeah. Being able to
and
safely
possibly
naturalize
try
here
to,
without
yeah, and
getting
it's on
shorter than the
right.
6 really good.
Mhm.
Now, what he can do, obviously, is target his lands to have some untapped lands. So then
Yes.
he gets untapped mana in case he has anything important that he wants to play
Hmm.
there.
It looks like he does not.
Series a little innocuous here.
Yeah.
Like it's only
Uh,
taxing by one, but if he's trying to resolve two spells, like say a tide and a chain of vapor, suddenly that costs 6 mana.
mm-hmm.
So he has to tap out
Seven
all the way for
actually.
that. 4, 5, yeah, 7. Excuse me. Yeah,
Yeah. So isn't even able to.
yeah. Plus, with your Rishon and Port keeping him down, it's more likely that he's not going to not gonna be able to do that. Oh, and I think I just heard him kind of chastising himself for not bashing in there.
No. At this point, he is. We have made a gentleman's agreement to play all of our manlands out front, so we don't miss it. So he was like, "Oh, I talked about playing my manlands out front, and I'm not even doing it myself." So again,
Hmm.
just kind of going back to having a little bit of fun. But yes, Dust Bowl is going to end that fun pretty quickly, as you see me going to tap it immediately, just to make him make a decision with it.
Yeah, and that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, flinging that island at the factory seems pretty good. We're hoping. Well, if you're cheering for Austin here, you've got to be hoping that we get to see a Thermokarst or a Wasteland or something real quick. Otherwise, this Dust Bowl is going to take this game over.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I did not find one. And now, Marcus is starting to hit a string of lands and starting to dig himself out of the uh, the lock that I've put him in.
Yeah, I think that island's going to blow up that Rishon import.
Yep, the whatever thing. Only the most technical play here at Through the
Oh yeah,
Decades.
of course.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely loving the friendly banter here.
Oh yeah. At this point in the finals, I've known Marcus for at least 10 or so years. So we've been playing. We've been going to PTQs back in the day. We know each other pretty well.
Well, he tried to attack that factory.
Yeah, he finally started attacking, and I said, "No, not yet." All right.
All right, Thermokarst on a. Or sorry, that's a Winter's Grasp.
Yeah, at the winner's grasp.
Oh yes,
Uh,
the rare version of Winter's Grasp that draws a card.
yes, he asked me. It's like he wasn't sure what that card did. I said that to him. Pretty quickly said it actually does not draw a card. Don't worry about it. But again, just more friendly banter.
Playing a Wasteland and not. He's continuing his creatures.
Yeah. At this point, Dust Bowl is not nearly as scary because Marcus's mana itself is in very big problems. So I'm trying to help out too. But yeah, his mana is so taxed that I'm just going to hold this wasteland. Just if he starts to activate his mana lands, I can blow him up, make him use his mana.
If he's feeling froggy, yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously you want to be a little careful about that because obviously if you wasteland one of his lands, he could at least sacrifice it to blow up one of yours.
Yes. At this point, I think the only target that he has is a Carplusion Forest. But yes, it can become an issue at some point.
Yes. There's your Sylvan Library down.
Yep.
Suit up and die. Austin immediately activating his Sylvan Library that
Oh
got
yeah.
blown up.
Yes, yes. At this point of the day, when I'm about 6 or so hours in playing all these games with a Sylvan Library active for about 15 turns, it just became muscle memory.
Yeah.
I also have one in hand, so it's not the biggest issue, but yes, I'm trying
And
to cheat.
yeah, you
Yes, on me.
getting the grief from your buddy over there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, right. Now he smacks you in the face. They're down to 4. So hey, you should pay life.
Yeah, it's like I have to find an answer, which I did find an answer here. So
Wow,
that means just saying how much of a scumbag I am. Yeah.
that is a very dead pyroclasm in your hand. That's
Oh
3
yeah.
very dead cards in your hand right now. Oof.
Yes. But at this point, I think he's through 2 factories and 2 conclaves. So his manlands, I think he only has 2 Mistress Factory left. So he has to win through that or a decree of justice,
And we've already
which
seen one decree out of the okay, and to jump back to where we were real quick. Also, breaking this graveyard order, brother.
oh yeah.
Anyway, to go back to what we were saying, you did Winter's Grasp a Dust Bowl there with mana untapped, which caused him to blow up your Carplusion Forest, it looks like.
Yeah. Yep. So now I have a lethal attack on board this treetop village, and he doesn't have a dust bowl, so he has to find a source to plowshares or another dust bowl or something here very quickly, or treetop's going to get just over the finish line.
It's a hell of a mold of 4.
That's a hell of a mold for. All right, and it looks like he's counting up the man line. So yeah, 2 factories gone, 2 conclaves gone.
And you're not allowed to look at deck lists between games, or other than between games, excuse me.
Yeah, but it does look like he has a swords plowshare in hand to
Yeah.
deal with this tree.
And cheating again by just forgetting to draw a card.
It's- oh, and I found a second one. Yes, not a very good cheater if I'm doing things detrimental to my game state, but you know.
No, 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 of course. So I see they drew a Stifle there, which unfortunately you have the extra one in a green, so he can't stifle you out of this attack.
No, he cannot.
Stifle it. Send the message.
I think I did say stuff for the activation. so yep, that's a mold of 4 getting there game 1.
Ah, fantastic. All right. Well, congratulations on picking up game 1 there when you absolutely shouldn't have off a mold of 4. Oof. But still, that was a hell of a mold of 4. So as our players go to our sideboards, we're going to take a peek at them and see exactly what they think, or what we think they're going to be bringing in. All right, and taking a look here at Marcus's deck list, as we alluded to at the pregame section, Marcus doesn't have Teferi's Response or Sacred Ground, so he doesn't have the haymakers that you really want to bring in here. However, he did notice, I guess, here that the Sylvan Library is really good, so I wouldn't be surprised to see those 2 annuls come in, and maybe the Tormod's Crypt. I think it's pretty easy to cut out the standstills from his end, just because those cards are pretty abysmal. What do you think?
Yeah, I think those 3 are going to be pretty easy. Tormod's Crypt, not exactly the biggest KO against me, but I am also bringing in Call of the Herd, and it can shrink a Terravore for a little bit, so I think it's a very defensible bring in.
Fair enough. And now that we've gone over his short sideboarding plan, what about yours? What do you think about with your list you're going to be bringing in and cutting?
So, kind of as I alluded to before we started watching game one, Oath of Druids is not the card in this matchup that I want at all. So, all four are going to get out of the deck pretty quickly. I'm also going to cut the Pyroclasm and the Earthquake just because, yes, they can answer Decree of Justice, but I think I'd rather just fight the mana fights before I want to fight the ones on the ground. And then I'm also probably just going to trim one Winter's Grasp. This is going to go pretty long. He's going to see a lot of lands, so I'm also going to see a fair amount of these types of effects. I don't think I need 16 of them. I'll find enough of them. And for those 7 cards, I'm going to bring in all 3 Call of the Herds and all 4 of the Red Elemental Blasts and Pyroblasts. Um, the Call of the Herds are just really good cards, just a 2-for-1 that he has to answer both sides of. So tax him on his lands and having 1 mana answers to his Parallax Tides is just really where I want to be.
All right, well, that seems like a pretty reasonable plan to me. 7 in, 7 out. Well, let's see how that goes, though, once we get back to game two right now. All right, it looks like we've got a capable pair of sevens here. So, not mulled to 4, but Mark is still starting with Fairy Conclave, and you starting with a creature land of your own.
Yep. We both get to keep our Urza's Legacy broken single color manlands.
They're very powerful. Now, I see you've got a sphere, so he's probably going to have to counter. Yep,
Yep.
almost as if on cue.
And I think I've got a Sylvan Library in hand, so that sphere was more or less a tester spell to get rid of something like that.
Oh yeah, no, bait spells are absolutely a great idea here, and I can't blame you, especially against the Tidestill deck.
Oh yeah. That looks like I also drew a Winter's Grasp, which is probably going to go after that Dust Bowl, but
Oh
as
yeah,
we can see on the end there, Marcus already has a counter spell ready to go.
Marcus laying out his hand in a very unique configuration,
Oh yeah.
but you gotta test those waters.
Yep. So as I expected.
Well, you draw a call of the herd there. All right, well, it does look like he has another counter spell in his hand, which is not exactly what you want to see here when you try to resolve this Sylvan Library.
No, but I'm never gonna play around the third. I'm just gonna start jamming. But it looks like he let me have it because he wants to factor fiction.
We love to see.
Yep.
And that's three
So it looks like
lands, seal, and a decree. Oh yes, the classic 4-1 pile.
eh, for one mid thought, he's like, yeah, I'll take these 4. And Marcus always doing the very tried and true method of just take the bigger pile. I'm
Generally
gonna try.
speaking, yes.
Yeah, it's like I'm just gonna try to leverage this Sylvan Library as much as I can. As we saw, it's power game 1, and I don't want him to have that ability to blow that up and draw more cards. So
I see, fortunately for you, a second Sylvan Library up top. It's a little less fortunate, of course, if you're trying to find other cards, but considering the chance that you may see him try to blow up this one, it's nice to have a second one, and hopefully you don't draw extra cards on the turn you don't have your Sylvan Library in play.
yes, hopefully I've learned my lesson and given up my cheating ways.
Yes, of course. Well, the good news is, at least, you're going to draw that counterspell that we're talking about. The bad news is it's still going to get counterspelled.
Yeah, it's still gonna get counterspelled and still probably gonna start blowing up some of my man lands and taking over this game, unfortunately.
And I even hear you say, punish me in that moment.
Yep. As I tapped this Rashad port for no reason and not wanting to attack or anything. Well, okay. Maybe I wanted to play this Call of the Herd, which also makes me feel a little better about my past sales plays.
Nice. Tap 3 mana to make your opponent discard a card, lose a life, and you gain 3 life.
3 life here is 3/4 of a card, so I will take this.
Now, I think I just saw Marcus draw a standstill here.
Interesting. Yeah, it's as we were talking between the games. I feel like that's a card you would want to take out in this matchup.
Yes.
But
Now, how much experience does Marcus have with this list?
uh, this particular list, he's played a few of the local weekly events that we have here. But Marcus is very much a blue white control player at heart. This is what he thrives in.
Okay.
So and yes, the cards are a little different, but the ideas and the heuristics are all the same.
I want to poke fun at the at casting the standstill here, but the fact that he has a Dust Bowl in play makes it a little scarier because he can just start taking out your lands and then just keep going. Like
Yep.
every land he has is a removal spell for your threat. So as long as he doesn't sacrifice one of his lands, he's going to end up drawing cards here. But I see here using that Rishon Import to make him pull the trigger now. If he wants to use it,
hmm
of course. He doesn't have to.
Yeah. And something like a wasteland would be absolutely backbreaking here. I think if I've it doesn't look like I immediately found a wasteland, but if I found a wasteland here, we're kind of back in the I have better land threats with this treetop village being able to attack through more or less all of his spells and Rashad Import being able to tap down and mess with his lands. But
Yeah. Now it looks
looks
like
like
to.
I'm not
Oh,
as lucky.
yeah. So he gets 3 soldier tokens himself. Now, the cards that you had there, I think what was on top of your deck was what, Naturalized Sylvan Library and one of the land destruction spells. Take your pick.
Yeah, yeah, not ideal in this situation.
No, not at all. And I think as Marcus looks for soldier tokens on my alphabetized box of tokens, I'm pretty sure the soldiers are sitting in my deck box because I too was on uh, land still for the day.
Mm. It looks like you just pulled them out of yours there and found them.
Nope, you're chastising me. Mine have been on Shiro's.
Oh, that's correct. Yeah.
There we
There they
go.
are right there. Look at them. They're beautiful.
Yes, they are. But Marcus wants to use the inferior. I think these were actually from Innistrad, or maybe Scars is what that was from. Was the original set for
Yeah.
that? It's one of the Elspeths.
Yeah. It's like I can't tell which ones they are, unfortunately. All I know is they're not the player rewards ones, so they are in fact inferior.
Yes, they are. Looks like he's going to smush in and
Yeah.
blow up your Mishra's Factory, I'm assuming is the safe bet here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just kind of forcing him to start doing something here, but as we can see, it's not looking very good for my side right now.
No, not at all. Yeah, he's getting that superiority on the creature lands for sure.
Oh yeah, just showing the power of Dust Bowl in this matchup.
You may have to consider popping this standstill for soon, which is not great.
I agree, and I think it may even be this turn, but I think one of these turns upcoming, I make that decision, and it goes about as well for me as you can expect.
Your opponent draw 3 cards at any time. Not normally where you want to be. Obviously, there's corner cases, but You would love to avoid doing that, but I think your back is to the corner right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Is that
It looks
a
like I
null? A
made.
oh god, that's Chain of Vapor and Tide in play as well, in hand as well.
Phew. Yep. So it looks like I've made that decision.
And you cast a terror. Oh, there we go. I was about to say. I see the Swords of Plowshares in Marcus's hand, which we may be casting here.
Yeah. Not surprising.
No.
I fully expect this Terravore to be gone, but you very much I have to do it in the weird small percentage that he doesn't have it. That
Yeah.
Terravore would take over the game, but
I
at this
think that.
point,
Oh, sorry.
can't really play around anything. I just kind of have to assume that Marcus has nothing. And how do I win the game if Marcus has nothing?
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely past the point where you can lock him out.
Oh yeah, yeah. That ship sailed away a long time ago.
Yeah. I see you bashing in for 3. And this Dust Bowl is getting tapped, which might preclude your Treetop Village getting blown up.
Yeah, that or Rashad and Port. He's going after that. I may actually in his spot go after Rashad and Port, especially if I have two here. So I don't know.
I think his big concern was the fact that you could counterattack for 6, maybe? Although you do have recurring removal. I I can see the argument for either way.
Oh yes, I definitely can't see it. And kind of as we're talking, I think Marcus is so far ahead that any halfway reasonable play is good enough on this board.
Oh yeah. You're just adding another creature land this time, the Mishra's Factory.
Mhm. It can help stymie the soldiers, but really all it is just make it's a strip mine on one of those planes.
Yes. I see here that Marcus has drawn another decree.
Yeah. So the second decree is gonna most likely put this game away. He's able to make what another three soldiers, and it's like he's just gonna
Yeah,
go too
there
far
we
away.
go.
And I agree. I know
Yep.
that I've taken out the pyroclasm and the earthquake here, so I don't even have that out
Yeah.
at this
Yeah,
point.
he's gone a little too wide, and that's going to be it for game 2. Well, let's see if you can boot and rally there and take back over as we get to over to game 3 right now. All right, and it looks like you both have mulled to 6. Marcus is having a little bit of a time deliberating, but there we go.
Yep.
And you're here on the play, dropping another turn 1 manland. Let's see what Marcus has Reston Island go, so no Fairy Conclave. Oh,
Yep.
does
We're
he
gonna start
have?
this taxing party off soon.
And he doesn't
Off
have the
early.
annul. That's a bad start for him. All right, a flooded strand out of Marcus. So at least he's still hitting his land drops. Let's see. Yeah, you're definitely not going to miss one for a minute here.
No.
Oh,
And we're just gonna start this. Keep it going here,
oh,
and
that is disgusting.
oh yeah.
So he's responding here.
Yep. And, this is screaming chain of vapor. That's really the only.
Yeah,
I guess he could have also drawn one of those cyber annals we were talking about, but
Yeah, no, that's a chain of vapor right there, and
Yep,
that
yep, yeah, it
is
is.
that's trying to slap a band-aid on a gunshot wound.
Yeah, it's like if he doesn't have a melee counterspell or something like that in his hand, this sphere's going to come back down again, and oh, or even better,
Oh, all right,
we're going to stand.
that's brutal. Yeah, you're gonna float and then second. Yep.
And then second
Ah,
main. Yep.
the old second main. And I think I saw. Oh God, you have a Rishard import in your hand, and I saw at least some form of a land destruction spell. This is. Oh no.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
this can
and
get out of hand pretty quickly if not resolved. And
oh
that's part of the charm and part of the allure of playing Oath Ponza is that
yeah,
it's probably about 10-15% of the time you
and
get a game like this where it's just double double sphere Rashad import and your opponent just does nothing.
and now he's just missing land drops. If you hit that fifth, nope, and good
Yep,
night.
like that. Yep.
That is all she wrote.
Yeah,
At
this
least,
is
yeah, this is
Marcus is so far behind at this point that
yeah,
I'm gonna have to miss quite a few times in a row. But nope, I'm gonna come down with a couple more. Yep, just blow up every single color source that he has and leave
that
him with
is.
basically nothing. Yeah.
Mark is discarding an annul out of disgust, and yeah,
Hmm.
no, he shouldn't have done that. I think I saw a Parallax Tide in his hand, and probably be much better to discard the six drop currently. But he's so far out of this game.
Yeah, yeah. It's like he's got to find runner lands. I think this Terravor is a 5/5,
One,
6/6.
two,
So
three, four, five, six. Yeah, it's a 6/6, so you're
yep,
able to swing in for 9.
yep,
And
yep.
you
And
just
then
hitting
we
him
try
with
to
a
take it
still had all
Terravor.
D's, and yeah,
Yeah,
we're just packing it up. Yep, that is the upside to playing Oath Ponza. Sometimes you can just get those games off people, and that's disgusting. Well, congratulations on getting your first monthly win.
yes. Thank you. And you also can see the duress is given to us very graciously by one of our community members, Aaron. He's
Yes.
the one that does a lot of our altars. We also have another altar, but Aaron also generously donates some cards, and those dresses look wonderful, man. And
Oh
I
yeah, no,
really
those
appreciate.
yeah those look fantastic. My top 8 duress looks great too, but it doesn't look as good as the first place one. And you got a set of Odyssey for first place as well.
Yeah. So get to treasure that. Add that to the collection.
Oh yeah. Well, that's gonna be it for our January monthly, but we'll be back with our February monthly and more pre-modern content from through the decades in Louisville, Kentucky.